I've done all of Brighton.
Hello there, you loose units, and welcome back to another episode of Spicy Boy Reviews. I'm, of course, your host, Andrew Iles. Hope you've been looking after yourselves, looking after each other, pulling your heads in and all that jazz. Welcome back. Here we are again. Today we're doing a film, an Amazon original. You can find it on Amazon Prime, if you will, for streaming. We're going to get straight into it. Today's review is about the film Jolt. Kate Beckinsale is back in action with the superpower of rage. That's right, she's angry at all the blokes and goes on a revenge rampage taking down some organisation for reasons. Don't get too caught up in the details. Just watch this petite femme fatale kick the shit out of everyone in Jolt. And that's the synopsis and the rundown for the movie Jolt, which is, as I said before, an Amazon Prime original. It is directed by Tanya Wexler, who's directed some things, and also written by Scott Waschar. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Can't be 100% sure because apparently this person doesn't exist. Tried to do a bit of little research after the movie and couldn't find a single credit to this person, Scotty boy. I feel like it's a pseudonym. This Scott person doesn't exist. I think it was just a name made up to write this film, and after watching this film, why would you want to put your name towards it? Kate Beckinsale is, of course, our protagonist and our lead star here, and we open the film on probably the world's longest prologue I think I've ever seen in a movie, and just giving us the rundown about our protagonist, who apparently she's been angry since the day she was born. She wasn't loved enough. She hates all the men in her life because, of course, they're evil, and she wears this electricity vest that shocks her when her rage starts to build, so she doesn't follow through with her murderous impulses or instincts, because this film's formula runs on the new Hollywood current thing of tell, don't show. Yes, this electricity vest that she wears, as I said, shocks her when her rage starts to build and she wants to kick the shit out of everyone, because we get a montage of her kicking the crap out of every man that she meets. Like, I don't know if the electricity vest had a name in this film. I didn't pay that much attention, but for the sake of this review, let's just call the vest the patriarchy. This film sets up her anger as a superpower for reasons. It just makes her do amazing things, just her rage and her violence, I suppose. Because you know what would be fun superhero to have in a film? Psychosis and mania. That sounds like a bloody good time. This film obviously had a clear agenda, okay? Every male character in this film was either a bumbling idiot, a soft-chested, awkward geek, or a massive psychopathic asshole, and she beats them all up. This film is a third-wave feminist wet dream, okay? They're probably watching this film on the couch, rubbing one out. It's cool because she beats up all the men. She does meet this one okay dude, I suppose, played by Jai Courtney. And, Jai Courtney, he's the most buffest, like one of the biggest buffest action star dudes in Hollywood. But they chuck some glasses on him, give him some awkward, weird, nerdy dialogue, and then he becomes a huge nerd. And chicks love an awkward nerd wearing glasses. So they go on a couple of dates, and she states that to Jai Courtney, or nerdy Jai Courtney, I should say, that she loves to take photos. It's kind of a hobby of hers. And then later on that night, when they go home for a quick route, he pulls out a camera that he bought for her so she can take photos. Where he had the time to buy a camera in the meantime, or did he have the camera on him the whole time? Who cares? Stop paying attention. Yeah, she doesn't ask questions because nerdy Jai Courtney, and then, spoiler alert, she gets word that Jai Courtney has been assassinated because he was an accountant for some very shady people. This is our John Wick moment, I guess, the instigating factor that makes her go on a rampage of kicking the shit out of people and taking names and all that sort of stuff. And she only went on 2 dates with this guy, so it must have been a mad route. The film bounces around between awkward romantic comedy and a neon-soaked Atomic Blonde ripoff. Now, if you're going to rip off a film, rip off a better one. Like I said, rage and anger and abuse is all a superpower to her. It makes her do unbelievable things like kick the crap out of, multiple guys that are 3 times her size. And even one scene, she climbs a 30-something story building with her bare hands. Because now we're in Fantasyland! Stanley Tucci is in this as a supporting cast member, playing the role that he usually does, which he does quite well, as the non-threatening crutch to our female protagonist. All the action scenes seem like they were edited by an epileptic, you know. Not one frame stays put for more than 1.5 of a second. The acting is absolutely horrendous across the board, everyone here. The cast is primarily men. There's maybe like one or two females that pop up in this, and of course they outshine all the guys. They're much smarter, showing them up because they're geniuses, we're idiots. But yeah, it's primarily men here, and yeah, she just kicks the shit out of all of them, and they're all incompetent and annoying. Kate Beckinsale is playing her character here like an annoyed, middle-aged manager who's constantly snarky and passive-aggressive with her staff. No one is redeemable. No one, including our protagonist. Like I said, the cast is primarily men, and yeah, she loves to show them up and show how stupid and bumbling they are and kick the shit out of them. I was thinking while watching this film, who hurt this director? What has someone done to you? I think you need to talk to someone. There was even one scene where Kate Beckinsale's character walks into a room full of newborn babies, and the first thought that popped in my head was, oh no, she's going to kill all the newborn boys. But no, she doesn't do that. She just throws two babies at another character to distract them. We finally meet our big bad guy, the crime boss of this syndicate, or whatever the fuck they are. And of course he's an old, white, sadomasochistic, masochist, whatever the fucking word is, billionaire. I really hope that Jeff Bezos wasn't triggered and take offense to this role. But not to worry, Jeff Bezos is in space. It's his platform, so while the billionaire's away, the activists will play. Talking about the crime syndicate before, I guess they were a syndicate. I don't know what they were, honestly. I didn't actually see them do anything that bad, except for some underground fighting, but all the fighters were willing participants. They were evil because we were told they were, so we didn't really get a bloodlust to get rid of them. Not like in John Wick with the Russian mafia or whatever. When they killed his dog, that's instigating enough. But with Jai Courtney going, like, they had a date and a half, and that was it. There was a twist. You'll see it coming a mile away. But it just proves with the message of this film that everyone, including our protagonist, is not redeemable. Everyone in this film is a piece of shit. And then at the very, very end, Susan Sarandon pops up because she needs a paycheck, I guess, and she states to Kate Beckinsale that since she took down this evil syndicate and used her rage and her anger, which is her superpower, that she needs to embrace that superpower. Get rid of the electric vest, because her anger and her abuse and her fighting and her rage just gets the job done. So there's the message to take away from this film, ladies. If you're angry and abusive, it just gets things done. I had no idea what was going on at any given time. Not really, anyway. It wasn't very clear. And the film was just style over substance. I felt like I had a concussion with the amount of times I was hit over the head with how heavy-handed this film was. No metaphors, not at all. Not that subtle. These were just straight-up statements that if you're a man, you're a piece of shit. The poster even states, you're in for a shock. Yeah! And how bad this is! The movie, it just hurt my soul. It hurt to watch. Like, I nearly had an aneurysm with the amount of times I rolled my eyes at anything that happened on screen. It's inconsistent, it's lazy, dressed up as a bloody good time, and this film is severely obnoxious. It's just horrible. I've said in previous episodes that I don't like bashing films, but fuck this film. Like, fuck this film. It's horrible. It's terrible. And if that's the message that I got from it, if that was your message, then why? Like, it's horrible. It's not a good time. The acting's terrible. Everything about this film is terrible. Anyway, guys, that's my review of Jolt. On Amazon Prime, streaming right now. See it if you want. It's free, or don't. I wouldn't recommend it at all. Even some bad films I can recommend because, you know, you can have a bit of good time, whatever. There's nothing to be redeemed about this film at all. I like Kate Beckinsale. I like Stanley Tucci. Jai Courtney exists. You know, like, I just didn't like this film at all. But anyway, that's the review. Please, guys, if you could, give this episode a like. Your love and support is very much appreciated because we have no sponsors or anything. It's just us doing this because we love movies. And if you could, please hit subscribe. We give out episodes weekly. Subscribe and hit notification icon for all the spicy content. And as always, stay spooky, kids.